and faced with an extraordinary shockwave from this explosion, the damage, as you can see from the pictures, will be huge.
Yeah, and I'm just reading that Lebanon's security chief, or internal security chief, is saying to reporters that the blast was in the port area with highly explosive material, but not explosives, which I'm not quite clear what that means. But it's explosive material, not explosives, and which could, I guess, mean a firework factory, but still no confirmation of what was behind this, and whether it was just or is just the most terrible industrial accident.
No, and I think, Mark, that what he means by that, assuming that what he's saying is accurate, is, as you say, it is that there were not explosives, military-grade explosives in that area, which alludes to what I was saying to earlier, that this is an industrial port area. It's not somewhere that publicly, at least, they would be holding explosives. I mean, clearly, given the tension between Lebanon and its southern neighbour Israel, there have been, as you might expect, there have been people wondering whether Israel was somehow responsible for this, whether Israel may be trying to take out a Lebanese or Hezbollah weapons storage facility. There is no evidence for that at all at the moment. No suggestion of any involvement by Israel in this incident. At this stage, given the geography of where it took place, given the size of the explosion, it looks as though that this was an accident, a freak accident, and at a time for Lebanon where they will really struggle to deal with it. But it looks as though it was an accident, something not dissimilar to the Tianjin, China industrial explosion of 2015. But I'm sure all this will become more.
And Mark, one assumes it will be some time before, judging from, we're seeing pictures of a helicopter. We just saw pictures of a helicopter trying to douse the flames of this fire. But you can just see it there on the sort of left of your picture. In fact, there's one or two, and they're throwing, trying to put these flames out. But it's clearly going to be some considerable time before they know the true extent of the casualty figures on this one. And you can see just the damage to buildings around this. Our own Middle East news editor, Zain Jafar, was speaking earlier about he was in his apartment and some considerable distance away, and the windows were blown out, and he escaped with sort of grazes and cuts, but and he's fine. But it just shows the enormity of this blast. And Mark, a city with a turbulent history, and this is something that looks like an accident, but something this city could it's just going to have an appalling impact on this city.
Yeah, a city with a very turbulent history, civil war that lasted for more than 15 years, a country which then did try to rebuild itself, and it was known for many years gone by as the Paris of the East, this beautiful Mediterranean coastal city. The civil war had a devastating impact on the whole country. The war with Israel that followed in 2006, again, short but very, very violent, and caused significant difficulties for the people of Lebanon. But over the course of the past 10, 15 years or so, it's a country that really tried to rebuild itself. The tourist trade became a really big factor in terms of helping the economy. But over the course of the past 3-4 years, rampant corruption in the government has brought it economically to its knees, and it is at the moment pleading for a bailout from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Those talks, incidentally, are ongoing. So this is a country that is in a dire situation even before such an extraordinary incident like the one that we've seen this evening, just in terms of dealing with the numbers injured, and the numbers injured because of the range of the blast wave and the distance that the blast wave will have travelled. The numbers injured will be high, and the hospitals